You've seen her pull a gun, chase down criminals, and walk straight into danger without blinking on screen. But her real story is far more intense than you think. In this video, we are exploring 15 facts you didn't know about Angela Lopez. She started her acting career when she was just 13. Angela Lopez was a theater star as a teen before she became Angela Lopez. At just 13, she secretly managed to attend acting classes, saving her lunch money to pay for them. By 16, she was sitting in adult workshops at Stuart Rogers Studios, lying about her age and claiming to be a young-looking 25. They believed it until the day her mom came to pick her up. Her first stage appearance was in Theater Tribe, where she played Juliet and gave a strong, real show. The LA Times said her dialogues felt alive, and it all happened due to late-night practice sessions, learning timing, and figuring out how to hold a beat. Now, when Lopez cuts into a suspect with one short line, you can still feel that old stage training shaping her work today. She trained like a real wrestler for Ray Donovan. Her Ray Donovan role as Teresa was not just acting. To prepare, Diaz didn't stop at learning moves in the ring. She went straight to the source and trained with Juana La Tigresa Gomez, a real Mexican luchadora. Gomez was famous for her strong character and also for the pain she carried in her personal life. Her story of fighting to protect her family gave Diaz the blueprint to build Teresa's world. Diaz herself said, "Juana showed me her scars both in the ring and from her husband's enemies. She taught me that love isn't soft, it's armor." That raw lesson shaped every scene. Even the famous proposal in the boxing ring was not scripted. Liev Schreiber dropped to one knee without warning, and Diaz's tears were real. The director kept the first take, and it became unforgettable. Her first day was a bloodbath. Angela Lopez's first day on the job was nothing like a normal rookie start. Most of the rookies get small cases like fight complaints and parking tickets. But her first experience turned into a total destruction. She and her training officer were the first to arrive when Commander Wade Gray and his partner were shot. Gray made it, but Dennis Rowland died right in Lopez's arms. This all happened on her very first day. Being Angela Lopez, this memory still haunts her. But instead of letting it break her, she kept going. She built herself into one of the toughest detectives in the LAPD. Moments like this explain why she never takes risks lightly when things turn dangerous. She got professional training from real LAPD instructors. When Alyssa Diaz first trained with real LAPD instructors, things did not go as planned. It was her very first session and she made a big blunder. She was learning and practicing how to handle guns, and while reloading, she accidentally moved the barrel toward other actors. The rangemaster yelled at her on the spot, and thankfully everyone was safe. She had broken the most important and very first rule of safety. As punishment, she had to do push-ups for 15 minutes straight. That day changed the way she handled firearms forever. Now, on screen, her gun safety is perfect. She is an expert martial artist. Alyssa Diaz has been training in martial arts for many years. She has spent almost a decade learning different skills, and it has helped her a lot in her acting career. Many of the roles she gets include action or fight scenes, and her training makes those scenes look real. She once said it feels like a blessing to use both her acting and martial arts together. When she was working on the show 9 Lives, she played Jasmine, and this character gave her a chance to show these talents on screen. This is also why her fight scenes as Angela Lopez in The Rookie looks so sharp and believable. She is not just acting, she is showing skills she already has in real life. Her very first acting experience. Alyssa Diaz's first role ever was in school. She had to pick between a cooking class or a theater class. She didn't know much about acting then. She asked her teacher what they do in theater, and the teacher said kids read out loud from books. Alyssa thought, I can do that. That's easy, and she went straight into it. Her first ever work was playing Huckleberry Finn. From that small school play, she never stopped acting. That's how a decision she just took to enjoy and make her school life memorable turned into a career that later took her all the way to The Rookie. The most embarrassing moment of her career. One of Alyssa Diaz's funniest moments on set was also her most embarrassing. During an interview, she said she was in the middle of shooting a scene when her pants suddenly ripped right in the crotch. To make it worse, she had bright pink underwear on that day. She laughed it off, but it's still one of those moments that she can never forget. She was actually pregnant in season 3. When Alyssa Diaz found out she was pregnant, she told the show's creator, Alexi Hawley. The timing was wild. At the time, Angela Lopez was set for an undercover arc filled with motorcycle chases and heavy fight scenes. Overnight, the plan had to change. The writers had no choice but to discard the whole plan. Instead of hiding it, they made the pregnancy part of the show. That's why Angela's story in season 3 suddenly shifted. Alyssa even asked the writers to use real discrimination words that pregnant women often face on workplaces. That's how the line "detectives don't lactate" ended up in the script. On set, Alyssa kept doing her stunts until she was 6 months in. They used big coats and props to cover her bump. The craziest day came when she was filming Angela's labor scene. She was 36 weeks pregnant in real life, and in the middle of it all, a background actor actually went into labor on set. However, she gave birth just after 2 days of wrapping up. Her second TV pregnancy was different. This time, she wasn't pregnant at all. It was written to show how tough it is for a mom to juggle work and kids. Alyssa said that story hit close to home. Lopez's relationship with her father. Angela's bond with her dad was never normal. He would disappear for years, then come back with gifts like nothing happened. One moment he brought her a stuffed toy, acting like the perfect father, and the other moment he was gone. Angela had enough of his fake act. She threw it straight into the garbage disposal. Later, when she saw him again, he was sick with cancer. The anger, the hurt, the guilt, but it never really left her. She learned to cover it up with her tough attitude, but deep down, that wound still lives there. She turned down comedy because of a phobia. Even though Diaz is a chill person in real life, she has always carried a deep fear of failing at comedy. It started in childhood when she did a stand-up act at a school talent show. The laughter she expected never came. Instead, she was mocked, and the moment stuck with her. She once admitted this, saying, "Vulnerability in drama feels sacred. Vulnerability in comedy feels like being naked in a room full of people who might not laugh." To face that old wound, she has been quietly taking improv classes for the past 2 years, using a fake name so nobody would know. She isn't chasing a sitcom role, she just wants to inculcate humor into her acting skills to show that strength and comedy can live in the same character. Diaz's self-grading system. After every role, Diaz doesn't just move on. She takes a week in silence, away from everyone, and writes what she calls a soul evolution report. It's not about how many people clapped for her or what critics wrote. It's about growth. Did she learn patience? Did she open her heart more? What matters is if she gave herself fully to the story without ego. That's her grading scale. On Narcos, Mexico, she gave herself an A+. That role showed her strength in silence, the kind of power that doesn't need noise. But on The Rookie, she was more critical of herself. She marked it a B because patience is still a battle. Lopez is tough and fiery, but Diaz wants to find the quiet softness underneath a softness she's still learning to bring out from her own life into the character. The hardest role of her career. Alyssa Diaz said playing Mika in Narcos. Mexico was really hard on her. The role gave her night terrors. She would wake up in the middle of the night checking her kids, even though she didn't have any yet. It got so bad she slept with hospital-grade monitors to feel safe. She says her co-star Scoot McNairy helped her a lot. He stayed in character as her husband even off camera. That made her feel less alone and helped her get through the tough scenes. This role tested her in a way nothing else had, but she pushed through and kept going. She did a real police ride-along. To get ready for The Rookie, Diaz asked to ride along with LAPD officers at night in some of LA's toughest neighborhoods. She wanted to feel what it's really like. She did not expect to be locked inside the squad car during a violent arrest. The officer told her, "If you step out, you're a target." That's when she truly felt what Lopez goes through on the job. She also watched officers calm down a gang fight using only words. That moment gave Lopez her talk first, shoot later style. But things got funny too. Diaz accidentally hit the car's panic button and called nearby units. Everyone laughed, and it became a joke on set. Later, the arrest she saw was turned into a scene in season 3, episode 7, with Diaz giving advice on how it should happen. the fighter, and the artist. Angela Lopez's strength on screen comes from more than just acting. Off camera, Alyssa Diaz trains in Muay Thai kickboxing, a brutal martial art known as the art of 8 limbs, where fists, elbows, knees, and shins all become weapons. The intense discipline gives her the stamina and power to make every fight scene look real, but that's not all. When she isn't throwing punches, she's holding a paintbrush. Diaz is also an accomplished oil painter. She spends hours layering colors and emotions onto canvas. The contrast is striking. The same person who channels raw aggression in the gym finds calm in delicate brushstrokes. Together, these passions show her toughness isn't one-dimensional, it's balanced, creative, and deeply authentic. Well guys, that's all for the secrets and stories you didn't know about Angela Lopez. We'll be back soon with another video. Until then, subscribe to our channel, ring the bell icon, and stay tuned for more stuff.